And welcome inside Fox with a Live. I'm Steve Bender. The Golden State is getting hit by a powerful atmospheric river. We're talking heavy rain, damaging wind, and feet of snow that will eventually pile up into the mountains. Flood alerts are in effect from San Francisco into the Central Valleys and further south Los Angeles. They're on edge with an evacuation order in places that they had burn scars earlier in the year around January. So we'll get you caught up on everything that's happened today, what you can expect for tonight and in the days ahead. We're going to start off where the active areas are in Northern California, Southern Oregon, and out into Nevada. Here's Santa Cruz, California, along the coast there. And you'll notice, of course, the rain that's coming down. This is more of kind of a mist. So hopefully some improving conditions, light wind as you see kind of the flags kind of whipping there. Feels like temperature still into the upper 50. Wind direction derived out of the southeast at 15 miles an hour. Now, it's this giant cinnamon roll. The low pressure, that corkscrew mechanism in the Pacific is what's allowing this moisture to stream in. Now, with all of that, it's fascinating what you're seeing out over water, but don't miss this. You see that right here, those different cloud formations, those are what we call gravity waves. And it's this beautiful, stable air mass, but since it's moving over the Sierra Nevada, you start to see that rising air, and then it comes back down, and it creates a wave-like cloud deck as it ripples into Nevada. Now, what we're looking at here is widespread showers, not only along the coast, but the I-5 corridor, Sacramento kicking up towards Redding. One thing that really you want to notice out of this is how much green, yellow, and orange you are seeing on the screen. Again, I worked out here for years. This is the Northern Sierra, the Tahoe Basin. I mean, these showers are not now hitting the mountains that are 6,000 feet and above, and you're still talking about rain. So that's why we're looking at an atmospheric river. It's very warm. With that, we have seen some flooding concerns, especially around the Bay Area. Through most of the day, we've had 17 different reports, more of those popping up around Sacramento, 3 to 6 inches of water deep in San Bruno. And then you have Rancho Cordova, where you've had some of the roads along Highway 50 that had to be closed. Now, with the wind conditions, gusts right around 20 to 30 miles per hour, Mammoth Lakes, where you start to gain some of that elevation, stronger gusts, 43, but notice the wind direction. This is now coming out of the north. A complete inverse, what you're seeing in the mountains from what you're seeing along the coast there in the Bay Area. As we look at spots in Northern California, notice this is Bret Harte High School, where they're outside of San Francisco, more towards the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. They have some of that rain that's coming down as well. SFO, been a difficult day at times where they've had some problems flying in, while the Misery Index is a level 3 out of 4. They've had about 4% of their flights canceled. But again, it's SoCal that has the biggest concern ahead. I want to take you there now as we go to the southern side of the Golden State and we look at the concern ahead because of things that happened earlier this year. What you're noticing is Pasadena, California. Homeowners that are building sandbags or creating sandbags because they are right next to the Eaton Fire burn scar. And so here's the concern. Any amount of rain over a burn scar is not going to be absorbed. It's scorched earth. And so then it rushes out of the mountains and it comes down as a debris flow, a mudslide, and makes a big problem and mess for those areas that are still, of course, recovering, like Altadena. So here are some of those spots. Notice this, though. Los Angeles expecting 5 to 8 inches of rain, so over a half foot of rain through Monday. And they typically, in 2 months, November and December, only average about 3 1/4. So you're looking at, forget just 2 months worth of rain, 2 months worth of rain times 2 with this coming in. There's those burn scars that we have talked about where you have, or not burn scars, these are the evacuation, the warnings that are in place. This would be near the Pacific Palisades fire. Then you get up towards Kenneth, up towards Santa Clarita as well. As we had mentioned, this leads to an immediate runoff, and why it's imperative to have that evacuation plan ready. Tonight is your last night before that starts to move in. This is a view from outside of Los Angeles going to Pacifica High School, where you do have the clouds that have moved in, but it's relatively calm and favorable conditions. Notice the humidity has increased, though, by 70%. Let's time it out for those areas around Los Angeles. It comes in overnight by tomorrow morning. What you're looking at are those mountains like this out towards Malibu, San Gabriel Mountains, up towards Pasadena, and those areas where you're starting to see the flakes of yellow and orange. That's that higher rain rate, where now you could look at that immediate onset of not only the flash flooding, but then that burn scar. Then look, we've been raining 24 hours straight, and the worst of it doesn't even come in until Saturday morning, and it continues on and streams on. One aspect of this, too, is how it doesn't even move inland at this point on Saturday, but curls along the coast and stays present for these areas along Los Angeles and really doesn't clear out until Sunday and Sunday afternoon.